and they have now 5 goals and 6 points. We're coming very close. In fact, we're so close to full time that it's all over. 5 goals and 6 points and 3 goals and 4 for Dundee in a game that was certainly entertaining and, well, plenty of excitement and plenty of incidents that kept the spectators on their toes. And while there may be quite a difference in the scoreboard, certainly there were times when it looked as though Dundee were going to, well, turn this game around and pull it out of the fire. But that great machine work in the defence right up to centre field and into the forwards from the Oldcastle side saw them through. And Dundee 3 goals and they scored 4 points. And out in the centre now, well, there are certainly scenes of it, and the Dundee players and supporters as well will feel naturally a little bit disappointed, but all in all I have no reason to doubt though they will be back, because they're a very, very young side, and of course Oldcastle, well, but they were certainly the ones that really clicked on the day, and particularly in that second half. Well, out in the centre now, the supporters swarming around the Oldcastle players, who at this stage certainly feel very elated indeed, having won this intermediate final in such fine fashion. Well, in a moment now, we will have the captain now, Vincent Walsh, to receive the Intermediate Cup for 1987. And certainly what hectic scenes, well, we're going to see around the Oldcastle area, who have been, well, somewhat starved of success over the years, apart from the success that they had in 1985 with the under-21s, and of course some couple of weeks ago when they won the league as well. Vincent Walsh is out there in the centre. There we see the man that is up shoulder high is Aloysius O'Donoghue, the trainer of the side, who, along with Sean Gaffney, certainly spared no effort in preparing these lads for this final. And indeed, I'm sure that Sean Heaney and his fellow selectors did likewise for Dundee, but on the day, well, it was very much Oldcastle, and particularly in that second half.
One question to me, for my answer, Coordicus Ayanab, the Fern Cashlon, Fern Shan Cashlon, Morial Arabua, that Lecky Canis Entomagin. On behalf of Meath County Board, I would like to congratulate both teams for a great display in the Intermediate Championship final. And I would like to congratulate Oldcastle on a magnificent victory. One of the features of today's match was that both teams were very young, and I think Oldcastle have a great future in senior ranks in Meath football. I would also like to think that Dundee have a great future with a very young team, and their day will come very soon in the Intermediate Championship. There was no aiming for speeches, so without further ado, I would like to present the Gaelic Weekly Cup to the captain of Oldcastle team, Vincent Walsh.
Well, there it is, over there, somewhere in the crowd. We see the cup being raised by the captain of the Oldcastle side. Vincent Walsh there on the far side receiving the cup, and certainly scenes of jubilation over there for Oldcastle. Well, there it is, the Intermediate Trophy for 1987. And indeed, from talking to some of the older players during the week, well, they looked at the very much positive side of victory for Oldcastle, and how right they were.
Second of all, I would like to thank and chair, I don't know, Sean Gaffney. I also like to thank Dundee for playing a good hard, tough game of football. I will wish them all the best of luck in the future. Certainly, two chairs now for Dundee.
Well, if you could hear, that was Vincent Walsh making his speech after this dramatic win, the win and the day that we had all the goals in the intermediate final. Well, there you have the Oldcastle team now parading round the field with the Intermediate Trophy, and what a memorable occasion there is no doubt that this will be for them as the team now head across towards this side of the field with that trophy, a trophy that they have certainly been well after since last February, and they have put in a wonderful effort indeed for to be here today. Up it goes. Well, the difference in winning and losing is quite visible on those faces, certainly, and the excitement amongst the players out in front now. The team manager, Aloysius Donoghue, there being congratulated and returning the compliments out there to his players and supporters out in front. Amongst all the scenes and all the jubilation here in St. Columkille's Park here in Kells. Well, in a moment or so, we hope to have a word with some of the people involved and some of the players on this magnificent victory. Certainly, if Meath could win the All-Ireland some weeks ago, I don't think any Sam Maguire would come up to the sweet victory that Oldcastle have achieved here this afternoon. The weather may be damp and dull, and the rain, well, coming down, but it certainly will not dampen the spirits of those enthusiastic followers of male and female, some young and not so young, out there enjoying it all.
We'll just give you one of these and make them a really simple. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Well, they say that seeing is believing, and there is no doubt whatsoever about that. And if you're wondering what's happening at the moment, I understand that there's a photograph being taken of the 1987 Intermediate champions. Well, not so many years ago, members of this panel were on the losing side of 2 consecutive minor finals. That wasn't so good. In 1985, they won the under-21. Quite a number of these players were on that under-21 successful team. That was great. 1987, well, this is hectic. This is really mighty for and as regards them. Out on the centre, well, they're finding it almost hard to believe, and certainly celebrating very much so in style right after this very entertaining intermediate final. And entertaining it was, because some of the football indeed was quite superb throughout. When it looked at stages as though Dundee were going to come back into it, Oldcastle would swing right back. Up at the other end, at the goal mouth there, the forwards, well, they were attacking like beavers. And in there, in the centre of it all, was only Gilsnan, who certainly made a big impact and really tattered any hopes that Dundee might have had. Well, every picture tells its own story, and so does that one. And certainly over the last number of years, well, up until recently, there might have been times when Northmead might have felt that it was left a little bit in the wilderness or in the dark. But certainly in 1987, well, over on the far side, you had Minolty last Sunday winning the junior final. Some couple of Sundays before that, Carnaross were represented very much so in the All-Ireland final. And now today, in 1987, October 18, Oldcastle take the intermediate football title, and certainly there can be no quibbles about anything in that respect. I don't think they want to leave at the moment.